I yesterday learned a really, really important lesson when it comes to standards and setting expectations and standards in business and actually setting goals, right? And what happened is yesterday I was at my football training or soccer training, if you're American, European, whatever. We were running around the pitch for like 60 minutes. That was the training, that was the whole thing. And the format of this, just to give you some context, is you run 2 minutes. So it doesn't matter how many laps you do, 2 minutes you run, you rest 2 minutes, and then you do 4 minutes of running, 2 minutes of rest, 6 minutes of running, 2 minutes of rest, 8 minutes of running, 2 minutes of rest, and you do go all the way down from 8 to 2 again. And so what happened was, as we started to get more tired, it was usually taking us around 2 minutes to just like run one lap. Sometimes it would be like 5 laps for 8 minutes, for example. So there's like a few seconds that get lost there, get transferred to another lap. But anyway, what I discovered when I was running is to make it easy on myself. And it's like, oh fuck, I have to run 8 minutes. That's gonna be so hard. I put it into laps. So instead of thinking 8 minutes, I started thinking in laps. Okay, how many laps does it take? And I was like, okay, 8 minutes, usually around 2 minutes per lap, 4 laps. So I was expected when we were at 8 minutes, I was expecting to run 4 laps, no problem, and then it stops. What I found that happened as that fourth lap came, and we were going into the fifth lap, and the coach still didn't blow the whistle. The 8 minute is over. My mind started to literally break down. Like my mind started to bitch. My running form was literally getting fucking sloppy, and I could feel a lot more pain. Like the pain started to become more evident because I expected to be done at 4, but now I have to continue past 4, right? So that fucking tired me out as fuck. But what did I do the next lap? Literally the next lap. So after the 8 minutes, 2 minutes pass. What did I do in the next 8 minutes? Instead of expecting that we're gonna run 4 laps, I expected that we're gonna run 8 laps. How does that make sense? And by the way, we finished the last run at like 5 laps, so I was like 1 lap off. I was expecting 4 laps, but we did 5. So how is it possible to do a jump from 5 to 8 laps, even if you're doing the same minute? Like it doesn't make sense. And I just assumed that it's gonna take me 1 minute per each lap, and we're gonna do 8 laps. Okay. What ended up happening? When I came to the fourth and fifth lap, and the coach still didn't blow the whistle, because I set my expectation that I'm at least gonna be running 8 laps, and I was like, okay, I'm expecting to run 8 laps, and I'm prepared to run 8 laps if needed. What happened that I noticed? My mind was stronger. My running form stayed the same, stayed consistent, because I was preparing myself to run 4 more laps if needed. And I didn't feel any pain. I was a lot stable, a lot more consistent. I didn't become stronger suddenly in those 2 minutes of rest. I didn't become nothing. I was in fact more tired than on the previous set. So how come that this time I was actually a lot more stable, stronger, my mind was stronger, I didn't feel pain as compared to the previous run? What happened? And this is because that I set a bigger standard and expectation for myself. I didn't change anything. I just said in my own mind, this is what you're going to be doing. This is what you're expected to do. Worst comes to worst, this is what you're doing. So there are, I think, 2 or more key principles here that you can actually apply in your business and in your life. Number 1, do you see how instead of going for minutes, I broke down minutes into laps? So in this video, I'm going to refer to minutes as goals in your life or business. I'm going to refer to laps as your action steps that you need to, take to achieve those goals. And I'm going to refer to my expectations and standards, aka how many laps do I expect to run, as your actual expectations and standards that you set yourself in your own life and business. So that's the number one thing. Instead of going for minutes, I broke down minutes into laps. So if you want to achieve a certain goal, aka minutes, you want to reach a certain minutes, you want to reach a certain amount of money per month, break it down into laps or actionable goals that you need to take every single day. However, what if you set an expectation that's going to take you 4 laps, aka 7 videos a week, and you find out that it takes you more than that at the end of the day, more than that to achieve the goal, the minutes. You start breaking down when you reach 7 and you find out you need to do 8 per week. You start breaking down. But what if you set a higher standard, like 14 videos a week, aka 8 laps? Now, it might take you 9 videos per week to actually achieve the goal, but you're going to be able to do those 9 videos a week with ease and without breaking down, because you say higher standard. You are prepared to do a higher standard, right? So I think the easiest way to just so you have this like pyramid. I made a little skit in my journal. I'm a sketch. In my journal, it looks like this. It's like a pyramid. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like a pyramid, okay? So at the top, you have your expectations and your standards, right? And you fall on your goals. Your goals will fall on essentially on how big or small your expectations and standards are, and your actual goal, what you want to achieve, will be determined by how many actions you took. So what is important? Important thing is that we set such a big standard or expectation, even if it doesn't require us to do that much to achieve the goal, we're still going to set it because it's going to allow us to easily and with comfort achieve the actual action goal that we need to take in order to achieve the goal. So you have the goal, you have the necessary action, and then you have the expectation standard that you set for yourself. So it's a lot easier for you. So this was a lesson that I learned. And by the way, this was one of the many lessons that I learned while playing football and soccer. Actually, right, I'm not saying you need to play soccer or football to learn this. Just go for runs. I think I learned a lot more about myself and in general human psychology while running. It's insane. I think one of the best ways to actually learn about yourself is to generally put yourself through mental struggles, such as, working out. But like running is just something else. It gives you like a different mental. And actually running in groups as well, because we run in groups. It's not like individual running. You run in groups, right? So you can learn a lot of things. Like I learned a big lesson in momentum when I was running in groups. Like for example, you essentially have the people at the back. When you're running in a group, you have the people at the back, you have people in the middle, and you have people at the top. What you realize is the people at the top, you guys are literally running at the same pace. But one is at the top, one is at the bottom. But you're running at the same pace, right? However, those guys, if they want to reach further, it's much easier for them to go further, even if they're at the same pace, because they're already ahead. But for you to get ahead of them, you need to get to their point and even more. So for you, it's harder. But for you, it's also so much easier to fall off, right? So this is the lesson of momentum that I learned when I was running in these groups. It's like, it's so hard. It's so easy for you to fall off. And it's also so hard. No, it's so easy for you to fall off, but it's so hard for you to get ahead because of the momentum. However, there is one key thing that stands between you being ahead and you falling behind. And this is the thing between my hands. It's the effort that you put, right? This is also a big lesson I learned while running. So anyway, I didn't plan to film a video today, but this was just such a profound lesson that I learned that it's very applicable. So that's all I wanted to share. Hopefully somebody comes across this and actually applies it in their life and actually values, benefits from it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. See you tomorrow.